Hi, welcome to this video. It's connected to the chapter Google on steroids. And well, Google has been on steroids for quite some years now, but there are some functions, quite a few actually, in Google's search interface that are very handy when it comes to search engine optimization and when it comes to research of keywords. I will tell you also here in SEO Lex about the Google keyword tool, but actually there is another tool that is very handy, very easy to use, and that is Google's search interface itself. You look at google.com now as it looks here in the United States of America. I'm trying to do a search now for coffee makers. I don't sell coffee makers, I have to say that. I love a good cup of coffee, but coffee makers are a very generic, very good example of a product to use whenever we are talking about search engine optimization. Well, this is the results. This is a normal search result. But what's pretty new in the interface is what you have over here on the left side of the screen. Here you have some tools. You have shopping results. We don't want to look at that right now because, I mean, it's not in all countries in the world that you have these shopping results. You also have a lot of other stuff here. You have images, videos, maps, news, books, blogs, updates, and discussions about coffee machines. Let's try to look at just one of these, the discussions. I mean, if you're doing search engine optimization and or online marketing for coffee makers or whatever you're selling, it is quite nice to know what are people saying out on the internet about your products or about the competitors' products. Where is all the talking going on in discussion forums and stuff like that, and you actually have all the discussions about coffee makers here in Google, and you can go right in and you can look at them. You can put your comments in, and you can market yourself and your company in these discussions. So I mean, that's pretty nice tool. Let's just go back to the normal search result again. What I want to show you is the more search results. What is pretty nice to know when you do SEO is what is the latest in Google's index about coffee makers. Well, take a look at this. This is one page, the very latest in Google. Look at this. 5 minutes ago, Google crawled and indexed this page. It's from August 25th, 2010, and that is actually today. It probably isn't when you see this video, but I'm doing this video on August 25th. So it's a brand new search result, and the Google latest result is very close to be real-time search results. You will also find whatever is in Twitter right now about your product. There's not a lot of buzz going on about coffee makers in Twitter, but well, we could search for housewives instead, maybe. And look at this. Actually, it's a one word, of course. Look at this. All that going on in Twitter right now about the housewives. That's another story. Let's get back to this. You can also do the exact same thing in the past 24 hours, week, month, year, and a custom range. Well, it's more fun than it's serious, but you might want to know what's going on, what's the latest news. You can do it here. What is really interesting in respect of search engine optimization is actually the related searches and the Wonder Wheel. Let's start by the related searches. Where do people get these results? Well, in the last 24 hours, people searching for coffee makers also searched for coffee maker reviews, grind and brew coffee makers, Keurig coffee makers, etc. You have them all here. Why is that interesting? Well, it is because if you want to address the coffee maker market, you would like to be visible on page 1 in Google when people are searching for 1-cup coffee makers, if you sell that, thermal coffee makers, pot coffee makers, single cup coffee makers, etc., etc., etc. So this is actually a look into your customers' brains. What are they searching for right now? That is very, very important, right? That's just in the past 24 hours. I can also use the anytime, and I'll get a little bit different results up here in the related searches. Let's go back to standard view and get the Wonder Wheel, because this is actually some kind of a gimmick or whatever that you can use for like a tool. Actually, I've searched for coffee makers. That's a word here. Surrounding the word coffee makers, you find words like pot coffee makers, vacuum coffee makers, bun coffee makers, etc. Some of these words are the same as a related search, and the data that Google used to produce this is more or less the same. But now it's fun, because if you think, okay, I have a lot of pot coffee makers in my web shop, I'll try to click on that one, and now I get a lot of new words here: coffee pots, pot coffee makers, reviews, Bed Bath & Beyond. And if you're not from the US, you don't know, but Bed Bath & Beyond is a big chain selling all kinds of stuff for your home, from bed linen and coffee makers as well. People are searching for Tassimo coffee makers, Senseo coffee makers, single serve coffee makers, etc., etc. And all these things are things that people actually looking for in Google. Those are the words and the sentences, the searches that you might consider being good for your business. Bed Bath & Beyond, well, if you are from Bed Bath & Beyond, it's a good idea. Otherwise, probably not. But if you sell coffee makers and coffee pots, you should of course be visible on coffee pots. Now let's try click at that one. We end here. There are nothing more than coffee pots. We can't go further out, but we can click on any of these words and see their connection to each other. So you can actually build a keyword list also with your long tail searches from this tool. And if you do it the past 24 hours, for example, instead, and then you go the Wonder Wheel, you will see what's actually hot right now. And within the last 24 hours, people searching for pot coffee makers also searched for Nespresso, Senseo coffee maker, Keurig coffee makers, etc., etc. So this is very, very, very handy tool. Let's try the coffee makers again, and let's take a look at bun coffee makers like this. And you have cleaning bun coffee makers repair, Bun-O-Matic, etc., etc. So what you see here is when typically when people do search engine optimization, they say, okay, what am I doing? I'm selling coffee makers. Okay, I want to be visible. I want to be on page 1 in Google for the search coffee makers. And that's a pretty good idea actually, but it's a long haul. I promise you, it's a very long haul. And while you're waiting for that, while you're working on that, you must definitely use the Wonder Wheel, use the Google Keyword Tool, and find out people searching for coffee makers. What else are they searching for? What are the related searches? Because I promise you, it is a lot easier to be on page 1 in Google for a search like bun coffee makers reviews than it is for just coffee makers. I hope you get my point. Go for the long tail while you're working on the short tail, if we can use that word. The longer the tail, normally, the higher the conversion rate. I mean, people searching for, let's say, people searching for a Keurig Model 1212 coffee maker black. They are in the market for that specific coffee maker. And if you have a good offer on it, if you have a good price, you're probably going to sell it. People searching for coffee makers, they are still investigating the market. They want to see what's out there. So the chance that they buy something today is pretty small compared to the one that already decided I want a Keurig and I want this and this model in this and this color. I hope you get the point with this. Play around with the tools. Take care that you don't play too long, because you can actually do a lot of research just by using standard Google tools like this one. Have fun with it. See you soon. Bye.